Hello and welcome back to the Sam Beast YouTube channel. My name is David.foxen and thank you very much for joining me today. In today's video, we're kind of following on from our mobiles and tablets AMDB datasets video, and we're looking at what exactly an IMEI number means for mobiles and tablets, and why should Itam care about it if we've already got the serial number? So, as we mentioned in the previous mobiles and tablets AMDB datasets video, there's one dataset that we are looking at in particular, and that is called an IMEI number. But what exactly is an IMEI number and why should Itam care? Well, thank you so much for asking, because otherwise this video wouldn't be made. In fact, no one asked. I'm making this video literally straight after making the other one, but I'm going to assume that someone asked or will find it useful. Either way, let's crack into it. So, an IMEI number is between 14 and 16 digits, and the 16-digit version actually also identifies the software version that's on that mobile device. Not massively important when looking at the IMEI number from a hardware asset management perspective, but it's a useful bit of information to have, and there are loads of online IMEI lookups where you can translate what that IMEI number actually means in terms of a model and also a software version on the phone. Your IMEI number, if you've got your phone on you, you can actually find it either on the back of the device alongside the serial number and a barcode or a QR code, or you can actually find it in the menu settings itself, along with, again, your carrier ID, your serial number, and your IMEI number's also in there as well. So, hey, why not pause this video and go find your IMEI number and do a lookup and make sure it's reporting on the right model version? Yeah, I have actually done that. I'm ashamed to admit. Anyway, moving on. It's actually illegal to change the IMEI number in some countries, including in the UK. You cannot change the IMEI number associated to a phone. It dies with that mobile device, and there's a very important reason for that, and an important reason which we are going to go through now. So, you can't change the IMEI number, it lives and dies with the device, but why would Itam care when we typically look for the serial number as the unique identifier? Very good question again. You are on fire today, may I say. This is the core and unique identifier for the mobile device. Serial numbers can actually change between devices. That isn't illegal to change. The IMEI number is that one remaining digits that should not change, that should live and die with the device. Like I said, it's against the law in some countries. The IMEI is actually really useful in the event that the asset has been lost or stolen, because you can actually disable the whole asset itself through the IMEI number with your mobile phone carrier. This ultimately renders that phone completely useless. I know what you're thinking. There are already tools out there that your InfoSec teams would use in the event that your device was lost or stolen, and that's great, but this just gives you extra peace of mind. And I know a lot of the Itam disposal companies, if they can't wipe the asset, they will actually make sure that the IMEI number has been disabled with the carrier itself, so that the phone, the SIM, all the data and stuff on there can no longer be used. So it is kind of like important really to manage, especially from a mobile device management and an InfoSec perspective. From an Itam point of view, it's one of the key core data sets that we need within the AMDB. But just imagine if a user lost a mobile device, you didn't have the IMEI number for it, you didn't have the serial number for it, you couldn't remote lock it, you couldn't remote wipe it. There's potential for some of your data, your organisation's data, to be in the wrong hands, especially if they've got OneDrive and their Outlook and their Gmail and stuff synced to their corporate device. So really important to make sure that you're identifying the IMEI number. It's almost even more important than the serial number, because you can still work out the serial number based on the IMEI number using a lot of IMEI lookup tools, but it's a lot harder to get a serial number and find the IMEI number. You'd have to go back to the manufacturer or your reseller to get that kind of information. So as I mentioned, you can actually disable the phone, or you can also add that IMEI to what's defined as a block list. So exactly the same almost as what I mentioned previously. This IMEI number could never be used again. It comes up as a red flag as well if the thief, or if whoever has found the device on a phone or out in public tries to then resell it at one of these secondhand shops or on eBay or wherever it may be, you can actually look at that IMEI number to find that it has been ultimately red listed, to say that, look, this phone is completely rendered useless. It's essentially a paperweight right now because the carrier has blocked it. The IMEI has been put on the red list. Don't buy it. And this also then helps, these shops when they do those kind of looking up and identify whether this phone has a history, if it's been stolen, reported lost, etc. They can immediately see that this device has been reported as lost or stolen, and therefore they may even be able to help the police with their inquiries if there is a criminal case open for a stolen device. Mentioning stolen devices, the IMEI number can actually be used to kind of give the police or whoever's looking a rough indication as to location of the device based on where it's picked up from the latest phone or cell to our American friends tower. Again, this is if a device has been stolen. I mean, this happened, it happened previously before people were going into the office and stuff. Quite, not regularly, but there were cases of things being stolen when someone's been out, they've been looking at their phone, scrolling away as they're going to get their train, and then yoink, someone grabs it out of their hands, runs off, tries to sell it on, etc. But you can actually use the IMEI number in conjunction with the police and with other tools and stuff to identify the nearest location of where that phone was last seen in terms of the local mast. So hopefully will help you identify where that phone is, and maybe even the thief who has actually grabbed it from your hand. If you have lost it, this is also useful if you've lost it out and about. You can use the IMEI number to see whereabouts the phone may still be pinging or last pinged. If you lost it in a park or when you're walking or whatever, you may even be able to retrace your steps and maybe even go and find it if it is your lucky day. And finally, from a selfish Itam perspective, the IMEI number helps us with the lifecycle management. Like I said, it is a unique identifier for that mobile device. The 16 digits shows the software version that's on it. You can identify what model it is, when it was released, when the warranty expiry dates. You can find out so much information just by the IMEI number. So if that's all you have for a mobile device, you could fill in an awful lot of gaps within your AMDB by using one of these IMEI lookup tools, or even providing the IMEI numbers to your reseller or the mobile or tablet vendor themselves, the manufacturer, the provider. You can get all of this really crucial information to help you manage that asset throughout its life cycle, to report on it better, to fill in the gaps within your AMDB. You can't necessarily do that as well with the serial number. You can still do it, but it's a lot more legwork, whereas that IMEI number is, like I said, one of the most important data sets when managing your mobiles or tablets. Alright, so that is why you, within Itam, should be managing your IMEI numbers within your Itam function, within your AMDB. If you've already got a tool that's inventorying your mobile devices, you'll be able to get the IMEI number from here anyway. I hope you found it useful. I hope that's kind of explained to you why you need to manage the IMEI numbers and not just the serial numbers. As always, if I've missed anything, please let me know. And if you've enjoyed the content, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We've got loads more Itam stuff coming out throughout the year. It's going to be a really big year, hopefully, for the Sam Beast YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you next time.